Today, mourners in Minneapolis are paying tribute to the victims of a shooting at a Catholic school. Terrifying footage given to CBS News shows a parrot that's panicked, and you see the children running out of the chapel moments after a shooter opened fire during morning mass. Two children, just 8 and 10 years old, were killed. One boy tells us that he ran and hid under a pew after hearing gunshots.
My friend Victor saved me though, because he laid on top of me, but he got hit. I hope he's good in the hospital.
This is an unspeakable tragedy. Thoughts and prayers, they're certainly welcome, but they're not enough. These kids were literally in church praying.
Of the 18 people that were hurt, at least one child is in critical condition. 8 others are still in the hospital. Joining me now to talk about this situation, Sonila Sejdaras. She's a clinical psychologist. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
A heartbreaking story. It hurts every time we have to talk about it, but I know that's what you do, so we're excited to get your input on this. Excited's not the right word, but you know what I mean. We have watched so much of the video of these children who are coming out of the church, and even those who survived, they're going to live with the trauma of hearing those gunshots and feeling unsafe in a place they thought was safe for the rest of their lives. What does their coping and dealing with that trauma look like as they go forward?
Well, obviously they're going through a traumatic experience right now as a community,
right?
Including us, right? When you hear something like that,
it's so true.
But I do think that children are very resilient, and some of the things that I can suggest as a psychologist would be constant emotional support. It's much needed, and that looks different from child to child in each family. I also do think that the routine for children is really important. I know it's so early on to even mention it, but it gives them a sense of normalcy instead of keeping them into that trauma what just happened. Because I'm sure that their brain probably continues to ruminate on what just happened.
How could it not? Yeah.
How could it not? Exactly. And then another piece that I think it's important is for the parents is to get to know their children on how they respond to this trauma.
Okay, because everyone's different.
Everyone is different. Everyone responds really different. Sometimes certain children want to talk about it. Some don't. Some are young and draw, and that's a way of processing their trauma. Some want to play sports. So it's a really important piece to make a distinction and get to know your child during this time and your own self.
I'm sure, too, that same idea can be applied to parents who are here in our area, maybe watching right now, who are wondering, how should I even broach this topic with my child, right? And being delicate in how they talk about a situation as scary as this.
Yeah. I think that I'm a big fan of being able to speak authentically and transparently with your children. Children are really intuitive, and they can kind of sense the anxiety of the parent. The approach should be to check in with them and say, this was terrible, and I'm sad, and it's painful for us too. What's going on with you? An open-ended type of question, so then you can start listening to what the child is going through. Some of them might say, I don't want to talk about it, and that needs to be respected, because the brain is almost protecting the child from having too much of this trauma coming all at once.
Which might not be a bad thing.
No, actually it's a great thing for the brain and for the children, because it's a delay response. So it can come later on. It can be even in 6 months. The child can kind of say, oh, I remember this happened, and then go into more details.
There might be an opening then.
An opening then, exactly. And then, of course, you want to also check in for the behavioral changes. Some irritability, some nightmares, trouble sleeping, some avoiding behaviors. I don't want to go to school or church. That's also completely normal.
Okay, good things to watch for, and some good coping, not only for the children in our lives, but the parents who are working on doing the best they can in this very tough situation. Sonila Sejdaras, thank you so much for your expertise and your time today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.